Hello and welcome to Witch Moon Magic. My name is Lisa. Today I'm going to do a reading for Aries for August. I like to begin by doing a blessing. So I'm going to invite the God and Goddess to be with us today. Bless us with your presence, with your guidance and love. Blessed be. Okay, we'll set that aside and get our card shuffled. And as I said, we'll be doing a reading for Aries for August. Let's see what kind of messages we can get for Aries for August. Aries for August. Aries for August. Once more. Okay. I'm going to lay the cards out in a Celtic cross and then go through them with you. You've got a major arcana, another major arcana, a wand, sword, another sword, another sword, another sword, a cup, pentacle, and a major arcana. Now I'm going to say right off the bat, the major arcana cards represent karmic steps in our journey. Major steps in our karmic journey, actually. They're very important focuses of energy in the reading, and I'd invite you to pay special attention to the descriptions of the cards, where they are, how you feel about them, things that come up in your mind, thoughts you have about those cards. Just pay special attention to those, because I've got quite a few here, and it's saying that something important is going on right now, and pay attention. So the first card we have is the first major arcana. You've got the Magician. Now, this position is the energy coming in this month. It's whatever questions or situations you have going on, but it's an energy just coming in. The Magician is all about being able to use all the tools available to him. He has all these magical tools. He's got the sword, the pentacle, the wand, and the chalice, and all of those have different energies, different attributes, and he's learning to balance it all. You can see he's got energy wicked up in his hands. He's learning how to balance all of that in order to manifest what he desires. Now, in order to do that, you've got this next card coming up. The next major arcana, the Tower. And the Tower is all about extreme change. It's the foundation going out from under you, your world being toppled and having to be rebuilt. These two together are telling me that in order for you to find that balance, to find that ability to manifest things in your life, things are going to change. This is a major change coming up. So I'd pay special attention to that it can be chaotic, it can be disruptive, but if you are aware that this is all for the good, all for your strength and power in this lifetime, that it makes more sense that way. You're able to deal with the changes that are going to happen. Just know it's going to happen, but you have the strength to work with it, to see things differently and build a new future. That's what this is all about, building a new future. So I want to move on to the upper card. It's a Knight of Wands. Wands are all about the element fire, and it's about those passions. It can be spiritual passions. It can be just all these ideas and projects that you are so passionate about and you want to create in your life. Now, the Knight, he is all about fast directional energy. He's on his broom and is going forward, indicating that he's ready to fight the fight, do what he needs to do to make this come into fruition. Now, at the same time, he is aware that there is danger ahead. There's this dragon over here, but he's got his wand wicked up with energy, so he's aware that there's danger. So it's all about being passionate, following your passions, but also being aware of your surroundings, being aware of the situation that you're in, and not just blindly going into something, but just being very cautious of all the connections you have to other people, just all the things around you. You need to be aware of that at the same time. Now, this position is what's going on in the conscious mind. You're aware of this. You're aware that you are very strong-willed and have this ability to manifest from your passions, but being aware that there are dangers and things you need to be concerned with as well. So this energy, it's a strength, it's an inner strength you have. And this is kind of coming down into the rest of the reading, where I think, as we move along, it's going to show that you do have all of this strength and power that is moving you forward to face these challenges, this major change that's coming up. Now, this bottom card is a sword. The swords are about the element air. It's about your thoughts and ideas, planning, decision-making. And it's a queen, the queen of swords. Now, the king and queen are the masters of their element. And as I said, she's queen of swords. So she is able to make thoughtful, quick decisions. This upraised sword means that she can see both sides of a situation, and she is strong in her ability to make proper decisions for herself. This is in the unconscious mind right now. You may not be aware of this, that you do have those abilities to think quickly and make decisions that will propel you forward, like this knight up here is doing. Now, over here we've got another sword, the Seven of Swords. Now, this position is something you're just coming out of. It's like the recent past. And again, with the swords, it's all mental activity. It's about thinking, planning, also about worry. Things that go on in your mind that sometimes get out of control. With this one, with the Seven of Swords, we don't really know what is happening. It's in the dark at night. The figure is cloaked, and they're carrying all the swords. We don't know whether they've come to help or come to take more swords. There's something going on in the background. There's something we're not completely aware of right now. And it has a lot to do with a strategy or a plan that we're not aware of right now. Something is afoot, but we're not exactly sure where that is leading right now. So it's all mental activity. It's, thoughts and plans and things like that. It's kind of the Seven of Swords is kind of a mysterious card. It is, you don't know what that specifically means until you look at the rest of the reading. Now, saying that, your next card is another sword, the Six of Swords. And in this position, it's the near future, something that you're just coming into. And this figure has their swords all in the backpack. It's dead of night again, and that is a particular theme in tarot. The whether it's daytime or nighttime, the picture, the image really has a lot to do with the energy. And so it's at night, it's mysterious. You don't know exactly what's going on because it's dark. They do have the full moon with them to guide them. He's with these other two figures, and they're leaving something. They're leaving a situation. This wind blowing through represents that it's going to happen quickly. It's just going to kind of blow through, and and they're leaving a situation, they're leaving this situation, this kind of unknown nebulous energy, and having to start over, like this tower is saying. You're leaving a situation that doesn't serve you for, having to do with your thoughts, your ideas, things like that. It has to do with like working with people, being with somebody that doesn't see eye to eye, and that can be detrimental. I just want to say that it's not just I'm tired, I'm just going to leave. Something really is afoot here that you need to get out of and go in another direction. So I want to go down to this card, another sword. Now this position is how you are feeling about yourself and your situation right now. And as I said before, swords can have to do with worry. It's about your thoughts, those loops that you play in your head. Eight of Swords, she is kneeling down, bound at the wrists, blindfolded, and encircled with her swords. And she feels hopeless and abandoned and just doesn't know which way to turn. But there's a little bird up here on the top, a little blue bird that represents hope. There is hope available. The thing with this card is she is not bound. She is not stuck there. She could stand up, take the blindfold off, get out of the bounds on her wrists, and walk out of the circle of swords. So it's a condition that we bring on ourselves. It's thoughts. It's that worry and that obsessive tape that we can play that keeps us bound. It's totally under your control to move out of that. So, but you're feeling, lost and abandoned and like you're stuck. You're mentally stuck right now. That's what this Six of Swords is about. You're mentally stuck. So you need to move into a different pathway, move into a different situation. So the next card is a cup, the Ten of Cups. And it's funny, you've got two tens, the cups and the pentacles. These are both happily ever after cards. This one here is what other people are hoping for you. The Ten of Cups, cups is about the element water. It's about emotions and authentic feelings, connecting to people authentically. It's about the healing powers. It's just that unconditional love you feel around people, this connection we have with other people in our lives. And it's like I said, it's happily ever after. This family is sitting together, having a picnic by the river, and it's just a beautiful feeling. And that's what people are seeing and hoping for you right now. Now, the next card is the Ten of Pentacles. And another happily ever after card. But this one, with the pentacles, it's about the element earth, abundance, health, prosperity, all of that. These two together, it's like you've got this unconditional love, this happy family. And this one, you're financially secure. You have your whole family. This is about lineage, the older people, the younger people, a baby down here. So it's about this lineage that you have been born into and are creating for yourself. So these are your hopes. Other people are hoping about, hoping you get this, and you hope you get this. It's just this strong energy. You're moving out of something that's kind of dangerous for you, and wanting this happily ever after. And then we've got a major arcana for the final card. Now, if this had been a major or a minor arcana, sorry about that, I would pick a couple more cards. But with a major, it seems, to me, it's as if that is the direction this reading is going in. This situation is going in. It's kind of set. Things may be in flux how it gets there, but the Strength card is what you're leading toward. And what I'm seeing is that you are just just in a bad mental state right now with all the worry and all this stuff going on the background that you're not quite aware of, and needing to leave a space that's not, mentally safe for you. But you have the strength to do it. This, just as I was saying with this Knight of Wands, you have that strength, you have that passion and courage to do that. But with the strength card, she's got this whirlwind behind her that she's controlling, and then she's got this lion next to her, and she's closing the mouth. Now that represents taming and tempering that energy, all that fiery energy, all that creative, passionate energy. As I said, you just can't go, blindly forward. You need to temper it and be in control of how that energy flows. Now I'm going to pick a couple more cards from the bottom. Sometimes the bottom cards can give a little bit more information on the underlying issues, underlying situation. And I always stop when I get a major arcana. And you've got the sun here. This, because of this kind of mysterious, mentally painful energy, and the tower is just say, it's going to flip over. That is done. Something new is starting, and the strength and the sun card are all about this fiery energy, this passionate energy that is coming to you. And with the sun, it's about how you communicate and use that joyful energy with other people. There's 3 women dancing here in the sunflowers, and it's all about that connection to other people and bringing that joy with you. And that's what I'm seeing. You're leaving a very unhappy, unstable situation. A big change is happening, and you're moving into this personal strength. Now, I'm going to pick a couple more and then another major arcana. So yeah, you are definitely, and it's the Chariot, and it's all about this powerful energy moving you into a new direction. And these 2 cards are the Chariot is at the crossroads. And this is the Tower as well. Your world has just crumbled. What you thought was your world has crumbled, and you're moving into this new direction. The Chariot asked you to step back. She's at this crossroads. She can go this way or that way. But instead of blindly moving forward, it's about that space between. Step back and assess your situation. The Chariot is not necessarily about movement. It's about the time before that decision making that the Queen of Swords can do. You need to step back, assess what's going on, and then move forward into that new direction, into this joyful sun. Now, I hope that resonates with some of you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time. Blessed be.